Hi beauties, welcome back to another episode of Beauty Within. It's your host,
It's Felicia.
and Rowena. And today we have an exciting announcement.
So if you guys have been following along, we have launched our e-commerce store where we basically curate Ro and I's favorite skincare brands and products, all in hopes to kind of make it easier for you guys to also shop through, because as we said, you love coming on to watch our videos and sometimes it's really hard to get the actual products. So we thought we would just have this like one destination where you can watch and get all the education and then come and find maybe something that you're curious about. So today we have
Make Prem, Cosrx, we have a few newcomers from Purito, I'm From, and Wish Trend. Ding. First, starting with Make Prem, we have the Safe Me Cream and the Comfort Me Mist. Let's first start with the cream because you guys know my favorite, my winter favorite baby that's somewhere behind me right here. Ding! I'm looking sad because it got discontinued.
Yes. We tried to find it, guys, but this one in particular is no more.
So the Hydrate Me Micro Tension Cream, this is a goner. Thankfully, I think I still have like 1.5 left, but this one's almost gone. But now we have the Safe Me Relief Moisture Cream. So this one, the cool thing is this only has 12 ingredients. And I think they took the best of the micro tension cream and put it in here. So in here, there's glycerin, there's squalane, which we know is like a very hydrating and light oil. There's also raspberry extract, and there's also bergamot as well as sage oils. It's quite similar to the micro tension cream, but the texture is not as water creamy.
Would you say it's like the same kind of blanket, nourishing over the face?
It's like the warmest, fuzziest blanket ever. After I applied this on my face the first time we tried this, I was like,
dude,
where have you been all my life?
Yeah, like Make Prem's moisturizers, I feel like the consistency is
It's
like
similar.
Yeah.
It's very similar. They're all quite thick without being suffocating.
Yeah, because I even put it on my hand and it was like silk. It just like so, I don't know what it is about it. It's like silky
The texture
cloud.
is very beautiful. Yeah.
I think I would use this after a toner straight to moisturizer. Yeah.
So this is for all skin types.
But especially great for sensitive skin, or if you're feeling any sort of irritation, you know, either from the weather, from overusing chemical exfoliants, and you need that fallback moisturizer.
Yes.
These are the types of moisturizers that you need. As you said, it's only 12 ingredients, and all of those ingredients are there to like rebuild your skin barrier.
Ooh, and this would be a really great moisturizer to mix serums in.
Like boosters.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. And then Make Prem has their Spritz face spray. So these ones I love because you can use it as a refresher throughout the day to keep your skin hydrated, especially now. Like whether you're sitting at a desk at home, wherever it is, heaters on, it's really important to like rehydrate. And you can also use it as a toner.
Yes.
And it's these biphase oil water formulations that we really have been into.
This one compared to the Cosrx, I would say the texture, if you guys are not a fan of like the super dewy, like glowing look, then this will be great because it's a bit more matte compared to the Cosrx.
The Cosrx one is a little bit, maybe it's got more oils in it, so it gives more of that glow.
Yeah.
But this one settles in like just like skin.
Yeah, I love it.
And then you can see it does say Comfort Me Mild Soothing Mist. So once again, I think both of these are designed for super sensitive skin. If you're irritated, if you want to rebuild the skin barrier. So that's Make Prem. Let us know if there's any other Make Prem products that you're interested in, and we'll start trying it too. Now moving on to one Cosrx product that we have that I am so excited to share with you guys. You guys are going to love it. It's AHA, BHA, and vitamin C daily toner. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everything that you always ask us about, right?
Cosrx, as we know, they put lower percentages of all of these active ingredients into their formulation, which is why you can use it daily.
And what that means is that it just keeps your skin sustained rather than like whoosh, Okay, so let's break it down a little. The AHA components are glycolic acid as well as apple fruit water. Because it's a fruit water, it's very gentle. It's not going to be like, meh. Yeah, but it works in conjunction with the glycolic acid. And then the BHA has the willow bark extract as well as betaine salicylate. So both of those are also very gentle in helping to mildly exfoliate the skin, act as an anti-inflammatory for things like, preventing breakouts. And then the vitamin C contains a derivative, which is ascorbyl glucoside, and it's also got a little bit of niacinamide. Oh my gosh, guys, you can see why this is so exciting. And I think because of the ingredients, there's also kiwi fruit extract with the apple. It gives this like very subtle and refreshing, like naturally derived smell.
So with these toners, these would be the only toners where I would use a cotton pad. I think these days I try to limit the use. Part of it because I like to maximize the product, but for these, especially if there's chemical exfoliants, I'd prefer to use a cotton pad to kind of like swipe everything off.
So I think for those of you who want to get into chemical exfoliants, looking for maybe something naturally derived, is gentle enough to use every day, these ingredients will really just like brighten naturally over the course of like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But we have another Cosrx HA/BHA toner, which is a little bit more potent, I would say, which is in the spray form. So if you're interested, there's also that one.
Moving on to Purito, one of our favorite brands of all time. I think it was one of our best discoveries, really.
But you know what's interesting? That so many people in the skincare community started getting into it, even though Purito did like no marketing.
Yeah.
I think that was what was really interesting.
So we have most of their products already that we talked about in our previous videos. Today, we have 3 more additions that we'll talk about. So we have the Centella Unscented Toner, Centella Unscented Serum, which basically doesn't have essential oils for anyone who does have really sensitive or sensitized skin. This is great. We just made a whole video on that. Yes. And we also have the vitamin C. So starting with the toner. In here, there's 10% Centella asiatica extract as well as panthenol.
It's got that slightly viscousy consistency, really hydrating. This one is kind of like a no-brainer for any skin type, any skin condition, because it's like the safest formulation you can find.
Yeah, and just Centella as an ingredient pairs well with any skin type.
And it still contains the entire family of the Centella compounds in both of them. So for the serum, it's essentially the same thing, but this one contains niacinamide as well as peptides, both of which are really great for all skin types, help to build the skin barrier back up again. And this one is, I guess, slightly brightening with the niacinamide.
Yeah, and it's also 49% of the Centella. So if you guys want that Centella, then of course we'd go with this.
Which makes sense because as we've said in all our previous serum videos, serums are the heavy hitters.
They are.
They do contain a lot more active ingredients formulated. Yes. And then just in passing, we have vitamin C. Some vitamin Cs that we've tried are like water and some are oil carriers. So it kind of depends on what you prefer. This consistency though is a little bit more oily, although when you blend it in, it's still very lightweight. In terms of consistency, I think this will work great for oily skin in more like colder, like now, but for dry skin all year round. There's even other great complementary ingredients like the ginseng.
Ooh, yeah. Adenosine.
Great for anti-aging, great for just like maintaining your skin. And vitamin C, we love using during the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So brightening, firming, and hydrating.
Yeah.
All in one.
Okay, I'm gonna pass the next one to Ro to introduce because bing! We haven't talked about this for a while, but it was like one of your favorites back then. Not that we don't love it now, but you know, we have to try a lot of products. So take it away.
I am from as a brand as soon as fell and I stumbled across it, fell in love instantly. So the name I'm from comes from the fact that every single product line that they have, so there's the rice, there's the mugwort, there's fig, there's honey, every single ingredient comes from a specific region in South Korea where it's known for that ingredient. That's why it's called I'm From. And the most Interesting thing about this toner is that there's a separation of like a creamy white milky looking top, and then the bottom is a little bit more, it's still slightly milky, but it's a bit more transparent.
Yes.
And then when you shake it, it turns into this like solid milky froth looking thing.
It's like it's like a watery milk. And it just like, even before you put it on, you look at it in your hand and it's like, oh man, this is gonna be nice and nourishing and hydrating.
I think saying milk might not do it the most justice, but yes, it's so hydrating, it's so nourishing. So in here, there's niacinamide, which will give you that subtle glow on top of the hydration glow.
Yep.
And there's also adenosine, which is a very soothing ingredient, as well as rice bran extract, which I believe is naturally high in vitamin E.
Rice overall, I think, is just one of those like age-old ingredients that we know really help with like truly glowing skin.
I think I'm From as a brand, all of their products won't be really aggravating at all, besides maybe the rice mask that we purposely didn't get.
Oh yes, that one was way too abrasive for us.
It was like very coarse. I was scared. I was like,
yeah, it was like the husk of the rice.
it's very natural though, we'll give you that.
Yes, but we didn't pick it for that reason. So you guys know that this really is coming down to like what we actually enjoy. Moving on to probably the most simple of ingredients, guys. This is the mugwort line. So mugwort, as we know, is one of those traditional herbs that have been used in Korean and like East Asian culture as being able to soothe and calm. And you can even drink it. You can drink mugwort.
You actually can drink, yeah. There's mugwort drinks in Korea and like mugwort smoothies that honestly don't taste the best. I remember trying it with Leah and she's like, you have it. I'm like, okay. In the name of health,
yes,
I've drank worse.
Yes, exactly. And this essence, guys, contains one ingredient. It's just the mugwort extract.
Drink it. I dare you.
Yeah, you see, 100%, 100%. You look at the ingredients, there's only one. So this one is very lightweight. I would say it's, you know, like the wild dew essence from Peach and Lily. You just kind of keep layering on. You're watching TV, you're layering it on, you're watching a drama, whatever it is. It can go up to like 5 layers without it being sticky, tacky.
Yeah. Is it as watery as like the green tea type essence toners?
A little bit more. Not as watery, not as thin, but it's still like
it's not viscous at all.
So that's that one. We also have a mask version. Their mask packaging is just like beautiful.
It is. It's so simple.
Yes, so this one also contains 91.45% of the mugwort extract, but because it's formulated in a mask, it needs to like kind of preserve the ingredient, keep it fresh, and that's why it has the butylene glycol and stuff that you see normally in masks.
Whenever your skin's feeling inflamed, whenever it's angry, if it is red, if anything's going on, and you just need to soothe, this is like the best SOS, I think.
So this one actually has a lot of that essence. So I would say if you have those little vials that you can kind of keep them in, there's a lot in here, so if you can, otherwise just like spread it over your skin.
Yeah. Moving on to the fig essence. So we talked about this in one of our trying new and exciting finds videos, and this one has like a very subtly sweet scent.
Yeah.
It's like a very beautifully fragrant without being fragranced.
Yes.
So in here, there's 62.7% fig fruit extract. That's a lot.
It is.
It's very concentrated.
Yes.
And fig, as we know, is very high in antioxidants. It's actually a really great fruit to eat.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of polyphenols. And in here, there's also BHA, which is good for subtly
Exfoliating. Yes, not in the same way you would use like a BHA exfoliator.
Yeah,
but just
it's
like
very subtle.
Yes.
Very, very subtle. And there's also prebiotics. So as we know, prebiotics will help the good bacteria on your face thrive, and a healthy skin microbiome will be a healthy skin barrier, will be a healthy skin.
Healthy skin. Yes, keep the microcosm on our face happy. And I think especially now, sitting in front of screens, do you feel like your face just gets really dull very easily? It's like gray after a day of staring at the computer, and antioxidants really helps to like protect it from that, any environmental
I think it's just the lack of light, the lack of sunlight, like the lack of vitamin D.
Yeah, like everything with a little like moles underground. And then they have the honey line. We have the mask and the serum. We tried this one in our dupes videos very recently. And we compared it with the Pharmacy Honey Mask, and this one is really different to that one.
So we said this texture was more similar to like the $100, $200 fresh Prem Asian Manuka honey cream mask in terms of it's a lot more caramelly. But overall, this was great. This is very hydrating.
It is. It's like if you took honey, you know how honey, like when you put it straight on, it's quite sticky? It's like if they just reformulated it a little bit to be a little more user-friendly, that's what this looks like.
Yeah.
But it just glides so easily over the skin.
Your skin is just so nourished and so glowy after.
It's just so soft.
Yeah.
So supple to the point where, like, for me anyway, I didn't even feel the need to really put anything on afterwards.
I still had to, but
yeah,
she was good.
My God, it's so nourishing. And then they have a serum. This is a very interesting consistency serum. It's like in a league of its own.
Ah, yes.
Remember?
Yes.
And you work it in and it kind of thins out, but at the beginning, it's quite oily.
It's like honey.
Yeah.
You're like working honey into your skin, but then after a few pata, it sinks in.
Yes. And I love the fact that both these formulations, it contains propolis, you know, the honey. All of these are so great as anti-inflammatories and antioxidants. So if you're acne prone, if you have redness, if you're like peeling, you need hydration. Like honey is like God's gift to this world. Yes. And when in skincare.
Bold claims!
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember using this serum along with the moisturizer that they have. My skin was glowing. Glowing!
I can imagine.
From outer space glowing.
But I think, oh my God, this serum is in a league of its own in terms of like formulation. It's got 30.63% of the honey. This does have a little bit of dimethicone formulated in it, which probably helps just to like bind everything together. So it gives that like feeling on the skin. I don't know.
Slippery, slopery.
Very interesting. Kind of like pivoting not so far away from that is the Quad Active Boosting Essence. Oh my God. Okay, so this one is, oh my God, in terms of ingredients that it's formulated with is so exciting to me because it's all about mildly brightening, hydrating, but just helping your skin stay really radiant. So it's got the propolis, it's got black tea ferment filtrate, honey ferment filtrate, it's also got lotus leaf extract, and then it's got omega berry extract, which is the same ingredient that Cosrx uses. You know, the little red berries in their mist. I find myself reapplying this maybe like 2 to 3 layers actually. Yeah, it just doesn't leave any oily feeling. It feels deeply hydrated. It leaves the same feeling that you, I think, get with the Amore Pacific green tea ferment.
It's like water, splashing water on your face.
So the fact that it has the fermentation of the ingredients also helps to draw out nutrients and minerals from that ingredient, and it just makes it easier for the skin to really soak up. And that's what I feel like it does. Your skin just soaks it up.
It looks beautiful too.
It looks beautiful.
And last but not least, we have Belle's favorite, Enzyme powder.
Yes. So you use a lot of these enzyme powder washes as cleansers. What do you like about them?
I like that they're gently exfoliating because a lot of them will have like pineapple or papaya extract. I like how they foam very gently, especially the sweet side.
So there are quite a lot of them now. This is the green tea one. It doesn't exfoliate the same way it does like maybe with a pineapple or papaya enzyme, but it does really help in making your skin feel really clean, nourished, and just ready for products. And a tip that you want to do is you put it on your hand and you emulsify it in your hand, and you make sure it's like
Frothy.
It's frothy before you kind of apply that concoction onto your face.
That's your only cleanser type in this drop.
But do let us know if you want us to include the fig cleansing balm, because I really do love that one too. I just don't know if you guys want that. That's a really great cleansing balm, and it smells very like sweet, like the fig.
And we almost forgot to mention that now we also have these beautiful blooming teas, because we thought skincare is self-care, and what other ways can we help to wind down but through tea? So each sachet contains 1 flower, and we have the lotus, the chrysanthemum, and also rose. And they're so beautiful when they bloom inside the mug. And it gives you the sense of calm, winding down at the end of a busy day. And these are just the little things that we love because you can really appreciate the simple things. So now you can check out the teas as well.
So that is our drop, guys.
If you guys remember in our first drop, we mentioned that for every order you place, there'll be a survey where you guys can fill out some questions about your skin type, and we will hand select samples for you guys. We don't need to fill out the survey anymore, but we'll still be giving you guys samples.
Yes.
Lots and lots of them.
And one of the things that we saw through the survey also was that you guys really wanted international shipping. And we know that we are all very multicultural on this channel. You guys come from everywhere. And so we really tried to expand the shipping in ways that we could handle for now. So it is now available US, Canada, UK, and Australia.
Down under.
Down under. Okay, honestly, in Australia, yeah, it is so hard to get these brands.
Is it?
Yeah. So hopefully you guys can enjoy and once again be patient with us.
We're trying our best.
Yes.
And the second most highly requested thing when we asked you guys what you'd like to see more of on our shop is kits, curated sample kits before you guys commit to buying the larger full-size items. So that's also something we're working on and very high up on the priority list of things that we want to get out to you guys ASAP.
But there'll also be full-size kits that we're working on as well, especially coming to, you know, it's like gifting season, it's celebratory season. So if you guys have any ideas or something you want to see towards the end of the year, specials or anything like that, leave it below.
Any feedback, really, questions, ideas, even if they're like crazy ideas, just let us know.
Nothing is too crazy.
Nothing is too crazy here.
Correct! As you can see. And before we end, Bro, how's your week?
It's great.
We see each other every day, but like we don't actually get to just like decompress together. So sometimes when we film, it is our way of decompressing.
Like catching up with an old friend.
Yes, that you see every day.
Okay, so one thing that I learned over the weekend, I was making a video on my personal channel about loneliness, or like the art of being alone but not lonely. And I wish I knew this when I was younger, when I was going through very dark times, that loneliness is less about how much time you spend with people or you spend by yourself, and it's more about the quality of your relationships. So I think like nowadays, especially if we're staying home more, especially if we're, you know, physically alone more, as long as we're trying our best to keep in touch with people, calling friends, catching up with friends, so long as we can feel that sense of like, oh, I'm understood, or like, oh, you know, these people get me and these people love me, I think that's what matters most.
Because it's like these little realizations that actually spur you on to keep going.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to focus more on your relationships and the people around you, the close ones. And sometimes you just need to focus on yourself because it's that like balance of the two.
It comes in and out.
Yeah.
Because I think at the core of all of that too is you need to want to be friends with yourself.
Yeah.
Like to be able to spend time by yourself, you need to want to be your own friend and be good friends with yourself. And then that in turn will allow you to be a better friend, a better daughter, a better son, a better anything to everyone around you.
Yeah. It's like having those conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, I've realized, are scared to kind of talk to themselves.
It's a great thing to talk to yourself.
It is. Maybe not out loud, but
I
like
do it out loud. It's fun.
just just talk to yourself. Like, why am I this way? Blah, 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 blah. Otherwise, how else will that little voice be heard, right? And then you got to figure it out. So hope you guys are all doing well. We obviously want to be there for you guys as well, and we're all on this journey together. So that's why we really love you guys as a community, and we keep making these videos, hopefully to bring us all up together. Yeah! So once again, if you have questions, leave them below, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye! Parched!
Starvin', Marvin!
Oh, Kelly drunk. Oh, it's the heart of the ocean. Jack! That's so frozen. But both of them were frozen.
Yeah. See? We have their Centella Unscented Toner, Centella Unscented
It's good. It's just funny because those words are so long. Centella and it's like going backwards.
Sandala.
Centella, Wandala. Umbrella.
Umbrella. Wandala.
I'm so thirsty, I could drink that.
Just drink the mugwort.
Part of your world.
Like chancefully, that's not even a word. But stumbling upon the brand by chance.
Chancefully.
Sounds like chancy. Serendipitously. Chancefully.